Good evening, everybody. My name is Sven. This is Tula. I am involved in a farming business in the Western Cape in South Africa. And at the outset, let me just say it's a tremendous privilege to be here with everybody tonight and to have been involved in Partners, to have been around people who are so completely selfless and who give so much of themselves so continuously to others without thinking of themselves has been a tremendously humbling experience for me, and I've deeply appreciated it. Not least of whom is Tula over here, who I'll leave to introduce himself with our first slide.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so proud to stand here and say something about Partners for Possibility. And first and foremost, I would like to thank Michelle for giving us, the two of us, an opportunity to be part of this partnership. For the development and the changes that we've witnessed in our journey, we can clearly say we are so proud of you and your involvement. Briefly with the history of our school, and that is the man who is heading Bloemkombos Primary School from 1998. The school was was established in 1997 by none other than Mr. Baki. When I came to Bloemkombos, it was 1996. I went there, Grenville, to preach. I never had an idea of becoming a principal. I just went there to preach because I was still a probationer in ministry at the time. But so amazingly, when I went out of the church, I began to ask the members of the church whether there was a school around, and they said, no, there's no school. I said, no, you can't live in this area without a school. Bloemkombos then was an informal settlement. So in 1997, they called me to say, look, we want to start now. Please come and help us. So I went there. And when I came in Bloemkombos, there was nothing, and so I created. I may not be God, but I can create. And so we started, and with 16 volunteers, and all classes there were no classes in the beginning, but somewhere in March 1997, in March, April, so the department gave us some few mobiles, to start at the school. And then today, we have something like 1,400 learners, 5 grade art classes, and 41 teachers. And there are about 4 schools now. From the first school that I started, then 2001, I established another school, which was a high school, and the name was Masibambane. If you go to Bloemkombos, you'll see Masibambane. And that is the second school which I established in 2001. And then 2002, it was another primary school, which is named Ekutuleni Primary School. You know, my name is Tula, and the school, it's Ekutuleni. You can see. Our school is Quintal Wine, and that is the poor of the poorest, and it's a no school fee school. It is situated along the farm areas, and most of the parents depend entirely on the farms to get their salary. So you can see the economic background. They are working on a seasonal basis, so it's not easy. When I joined PFP, I felt that I've been a principal for too long. 20 years now, from 1998, 19 years now, and I've been teaching. When we started with Vui and them in 1990, and I said, look, I need to refresh and revive my leadership so that I can revive my purpose of becoming an educator, a leader, and a school principal. And that's one of the reasons why I turned to Michelle and them to say, look, I need you guys. When you grow, as you grow, sometimes you get demotivated and you lose focus. So you need to be rejuvenated, you need to be revived, you need some people to talk to you. You need some people to give you advices, and refresh your your wisdom and your mind. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Let me give, okay, the last one. Oh, the last thing that I can say is that I've got a very, very brilliant SMT. Very brilliant SMT, very dedicated. If you've got those people in your team, then you must be very proud. Because those are the nucleus of the curriculum development. One of them is sitting there, that lady sitting there, she's my deputy principal. They are, they are very much committed and dedicated to their work. Thank you. Sven, do you want to say anything? Okay, about the parents. the parents are very involved. And, if you go to my school today, you will see a very, very nice hall. Yeah, I must commend the department, the Western Cape department, for thinking about us at last, because we never had a hall for all those years. We never had a hall. All the new schools, they have had everything, but we were still sitting there and waiting. But last year, finally, they built us the hall, and that hall has added value in our community. Parents have got something now where they can come together and sort of do their own functions and their own activities. And we are also using the school now as one of the fundraising wagon. So yeah, Michelle. Okay, do you want to say anything now, because it's almost time up?
Coming after you.
Okay.
Chairs and
you
fight for the mobile class.
Yeah, we had a very, very big challenge. Michelle would really agree with me. When we started with the new hall, we never had anything to sit on. And I spoke to Mike. Where is Mike? Mike, thanks so much for your efforts. He is the one that has made it possible for us as the school to get the chairs from one of the high schools here in Bloemkombos. Thanks so much. Yeah, and we had a problem in the beginning of the year. A problem of overcrowding. I think you guys from the townships, you will definitely know the demand in terms of schools and buildings. So we had to admit more learners, about 45, 50 in each class. That is overcrowding. And for that reason, I had to stand up and look for teachers who can assist in the classes. And when I say to you, you won't believe that we've got something like 9 teacher assistants now that are assisting the teachers, especially in the foundation phase, to alleviate and to minimize the load in the classes. And Africa Ticam was one of the companies from this man sitting here. Can I have your hand? He assisted me to connect with Africa Ticam, and we got some assistance, and those teachers, they are not there anymore now. So the 15th of September was their last day. So I want to say, finally, we are so proud of becoming part of PFP, and I don't know why are you taking us out now? Because we still wanted to continue. Sven, it's time up, please.
All right. Tula forgot to tell you about his big fight in the beginning of the year to secure some mobile classes, which now house the learner support unit.
Yeah.
So and he famously in the one cop got very excited telling you about the fight. So maybe you can share a beer with him afterwards and ask him about how he played for those classes. It's very amusing. So everything that has been achieved at Bloemkombos has been 100% achieved by Tula himself, and I'm not entirely sure how helpful I was. So I thought it's something different to talk about challenges and what has happened on the journey. The one thing I can do is be a witness to Tula's year. And I can start with this. This is when Tula and I first met at the Mug and Bean in what's that place called?
Cape Gate.
Cape Gate.
Yeah.
And you see a man who was very heavy, who was he felt like a heavy person who had a lot on his shoulders and didn't know where to go and didn't know what to do next. This was the first meeting with Tula. This was a couple of weeks later in his office. Again, you have an image of a man who is very preoccupied. His responsibilities weigh heavy on him. The direction he wants to go is unclear, and around him is quite a lot of disorganization and darkness. Towards the beginning of this year, it lightens up a little bit. He opens up, his shoulders come down. He's looking at you a little bit more like, okay, Mlungu, you know. You know, and he's starting to entertain this possibility exercise as we're going. Further on in the year, this is towards the middle of the year, it's June. You can notice from the first slides to the last slides, the desk is neater, the papers are cleaner, things are more focused and organized, and the man is starting to gain traction as he's explaining his vision to you and what he wants to do and how he wants to get there. And then this picture was from a few weeks ago, yeah, which is this engaged and open and confident person, you know, who wants to take himself and his school and 1,400 young humans forward, you know. And I just think it's been the most amazing journey to be part of. Tula, I'm really proud of you. I think you've done an amazing job. And if you take pictures of the school, I have shared this with a group before, but late last year, that is what the two learner support mobile classes look like. That's what the area around the school looked like. There's a lot of waste, a lot of rubbish. The hawkers that come in to do the lunches were unpacking their trolleys from there. And about 2 months ago, we took this picture, which to me is a testament to the transformation he's brought about at his school. And I'm really proud of him, and I'm proud of partners, and it's been a pleasure to be part with all of you guys to see how everybody has done the same thing. So Tula, well done. You're a great man.
Thanks,
yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, you know the drill, audience. No, you're not.
As you witnessed Tula and shared how much lighter he became and how much open he became, I saw it happening in you, and I said to you earlier, you seem so much lighter. I knew in a previous life. And I think, as you said, it's been a privilege, and it's been for me a privilege to watch you blossom with Tula. And I think the levels of wisdom and the sharing between the two of you as both very strong men must have been an incredible experience for both of you together. So I am just so chuffed to have you for watching this.
Thank you.
I look at the two of you, and Louise always reminds us that KPI for leadership is shining eyes. And anybody that's read Ben Simon's book, The Art of Possibility, Tula, I don't know you, and you're a principal in a school, and I'm in education as well. Thanks for the shining eyes. And this is the story that never gets into the press. This goes beyond education to nation building.
Yeah.
More of this can turn this country around. So thank you for the partnership.